Hello and welcome or welcome back. It is the end of the third quarter of this year, so it's time for an update of my goals. So, like always, we are starting with the focus languages. So, there is, like I predicted, no changes in the focus language anymore. We're staying with Japanese for the last quarter as the main focus and the second focus on Spanish. So that's everything for this. And then we're going through my Japanese goals. So last time we switched a few of them and I'm working through them. So we're still going with Japanese from zero, books 1 and 2. I'm a little bit behind on this. I planned to be a little bit further in the books already, but that's fine. I think we can still finish this goal. Then, as last time, RTK is on pause for the moment. I don't know if I will touch it again this year or if I will push it into the new year, into the next year. We will see about that. Then the new goal we added last time, the comprehensible input. So at the end of quarter 2, I had 13.5 hours. Well, I did a little bit in this goal and I added over 60 hours to this to the counter. And yeah, and so we're on track with this goal, and these were all Japanese goals, so we go next to the Spanish. In Spanish, there was a little change this time for Memrise, because Memrise changed the system. So there is no any more Memrise Spanish 1, 2, and 3. No, they made one course for Spanish. So it kind of destroyed my plans. And also, I had a few courses done, and some of them were kicked out of the new course. So, and a new were added, so I'm kind of behind on this. It's not a good reason, but it's kind of annoying. And yeah, we're working on this. Not sure if I will actually finish it, but I will keep it for the moment. And if I don't finish it, I am to blame. Well, not really, but sometimes we don't get to achieve our goals. So next is Lingo Legend. For Lingo Legend, I'm absolutely sure that I won't finish this goal this year, because I kind of don't like the game at the moment anymore, because I finished the adventure and now I can just keep redoing points from this app. And the training modus, as it is called, well, I'm not the biggest fan anymore of it. Well, I wasn't the biggest fan to begin with, but I'm kind of letting it slip more to do my Lingo Legend daily, so I'm not just consistent as I was, and I will definitely not reach the, I think, 232 points. I think it was 232. Yes, I think so. And then I also added a new goal after recording the last one. I decided I also add comprehensible input to my Spanish goals. So at the end of the second quarter, I had 21.5 hours tracked. And now I added over 40 hours on top. So, and the goal for the year I set myself was about 100 hours. So I think we're on track with that also. So that was the Spanish goals list. And we move on to English. For English, I only had 2 goals left, and English is kind of complicated. So the goals are complicated. English is not my priority, so I'm just basically relaxing in English. So I watch movies, I read a little bit, but I'm not really working on my goals. That's totally fine. Then the next time I know to change the goals in a different direction. So my goals, the first goal was to read 4 books. I finished 2 books, and the main problem is I don't really reach for books when reading English. I read a lot of fan fiction in English. I read a lot of mangas or comics in English, but I don't count them as books. The only time I count comics and mangas as books is for Japanese and sometimes for Spanish, because there are most comics and mangas are more simple book, and it has less words, so I'm not really counting them. But that's fine. And well, another reason I don't count them is I read them online. So they're not really books. They're have hundreds of chapters, but there's only 1 chapter every week for each manga, sometimes more, and I read that, and then it's not really a chapter of a book. It's like 3 pages or 4. For a long one, maybe 10. But it's not really a book because I don't have a finish line for mangas, so I don't count them. And that's the main things I read. So this one, it's a little bit difficult. I'm at 2 now. Maybe I will read 2 other books, and maybe not. And the other one is the Leon box. I mentioned last time that I don't know if I keep that one. And actually, I don't touched it. Like I said, English is like a relaxing, not prioritized language. So when I do something for my languages, it's most likely in Spanish or Japanese. Japanese even more than Spanish. So I did do nothing for this goal. And that's the reason why I still don't know if I keep that one or not. I'm sure that I won't finish it this year, but I'm still want to finish it at some point. It's kind of the RTK. I want to finish it, but I don't know when. Well, and yeah, that's it for my goals. And I didn't add a third one to the English goals after the last one. It's not a priority, like I mentioned a few times now. Yes, so that's all for the update for the third quarter. And if you want to be updated, and feel free to subscribe if you found it interesting, like it so I know that you liked it. And I will be back for the last quarter of this year. And like always, you can contact me via Instagram, via Discord, and we can have some kind of language exchange. And yes, that's all for today. Hope to see you next time. Bye.